John Baker. I would like to show the Pacific Bus Museum's archive cataloging system. This is a system I've built to help us figure out where the heck in the archive is a thing. I am going to show a web page that enables us to look things up in the catalog. I'm also going to show our Google Drive where we have some of the digitized versions of those things archived. And I'm going to tell you how you can use these two things together to find a thing in the room. So I'm here on the pacbus.org webpage. I'm looking at a page that's for the archive catalog, and it has a search. I'm going to make this a tiny bit bigger. And it lets us search through a list of things that are located in the room that we've cataloged. So I haven't cataloged everything, but I've cataloged a lot of things. And I've cataloged things that are in cabinets, drawers, folders, and specific things. The specific IDs and the locations and keywords I'll get to in a minute. But before I built this cataloging system, we had things spread around the room. And there was no unified way to describe where it is. So I started building a lot of things when I started digitizing Crown photos and Crown coach records and stuff like that. There's even a library of books. So we ended up with a bunch of smaller repositories of things, but no unified way to search across them. So this page will let us search across things. So I'm going to do a quick search for LTR, which is a bus company in Las Vegas to Nopa, Reno, just to show what this produces. I'm seeing a list of places in the room or locations that have information about LTR. And I'm going to tell you what this number means in a minute. We found specific entries of items that have been digitized, and so brochures, etc. This is not a Crown thing, so we don't have any Crown records, but we could. We have a list of carriers, operators, institutions, of which we found LTR. They're not a builder, and there's no books about them. I'm going to do Pickwick, which is both a builder and operator. So in this case, I found a place where we stored Pickwick stuff. I found one entry about the night coach. And again, this is not Crown, but we know about two places or two operators. This is a list Eli and I worked on. It has some duplicates in it that we haven't cleaned up. So we have a carrier that's Pickwick, and we have a builder that is Pickwick. And so I'm going to start telling you a little bit about these location numbers. Basically, I created a code to help us figure out where is a thing. The code is a long hyphenated number that starts with a room, hyphen collection, hyphen cabinet, and then possibly even a drawer or a folder within the cabinet. So I'll show you more about that. The first set is what room is it in? Is it in the archive room downstairs, upstairs, the future annex, the Shirley room, etc.? So I made up prefix numbers for all the different rooms. And the only two I've used so far are A1 and L1, which are the archive room downstairs and our library shelf. I started without having the second prefix, which was a collection, and I started getting confused between Crown stuff and Robert Burroughs operator stuff. So we introduced this little prefix. So the first one we're looking at is in a location. It's in A1, so we know it's in the archive room downstairs. It's OPER, which is the Robert Burroughs operator files. And then the next digit in there is 025. Well, 025 is the file cabinet number. So all the file cabinets are going to get numbers on them. So we know this is downstairs in the Burrows section in file cabinet 25. And if we keep going, I know it's in drawer number 1. And specifically, it's in a folder in drawer number 1 called Pickwick. So I know that there is a Pickwick folder and I know where it is. I can click on this and I can see what's in that folder. This folder has one thing that I've digitized, and I can even go down since I've digitized it and see the thing. In this case, it's a brochure for the Pickwick Night Coach. And if you went into the room and you went into the operator section and found file cabinet number 25 and looked in drawer number 1, you should find this Pickwick folder with that very same brochure inside of it. So this is a catalog of physical things, some of which have been digitized.
Okay, here I am in the Pacific Bus Museum archives. I'm going to show you a little bit about the locations that we're using for the archive catalog system. I'm going to start over by those salmon color file cabinets, which are the Crown archives, and I'm going to show you how the cabinets are labeled. These first two are the Crown photo archives, and the cabinets start A1 Crown 001 photos. And then the first drawer in 001, the second drawer in 001, etc. Similarly, the second Crown photo drawer, Crown file cabinet number 2, and the drawer 201, 202, etc. So those two are the Crown photo archives, A1, Crown 001 and 2. The salmon ones are the Crown job records. And these cabinets are also labeled. Unfortunately, they're not in numerical order. And I don't have all the drawers labeled, but I do have the cabinets labeled. So Crown jobs by number. And so job envelopes 4911 through 5020. And there's a little bit of overlap of numbers, but that's a different conversation. So all the file cabinets are numbered. They're salmon file cabinet 1 through, I think, 13. This happens to be salmon cabinet 1 or 12, salmon cabinet 9, salmon cabinet 7, salmon cabinet 2, salmon cabinet 4, salmon cabinet number 1, salmon cabinet number 11, salmon cabinet number 5, salmon cabinet number 8, salmon cabinet number 6. And if you were writing notes, you would see there's 2 missing for some reason. Then we have more Crown stuff over here in the corner. All these gray, green, beige cabinets. Also not sitting in numeric order. But this is A1 Crown 17, cabinet number 17, and it has blueprints in it. And the cabinet numbers are all labeled pretty nicely with blueprint numbers, so I didn't relabel them. But the blueprint label, cabinet label, shows the whole series. This is the cabinet before it with a slightly lower set of numbers. So here's another blueprint cabinet. And then down on the end, we got one more overflow from the salmon cabinets. It's number 19, but it's the job envelopes from 1991. So there we have it. This is the Crown section. I have one more addition to add to the Crown section. So I showed you the salmon file cabinets and the blueprints over on that side of the room. There's one more right here on this side of the room. A1 Crown 15. These are another cabinet of blueprints versus the other ones that are way over there. We've looked at the Crown archives, and now I'm going to show you this side of the room. It's what started as the Burroughs collection, and then we've added to it. He created two kinds of files: bus operators and bus manufacturers. So I'm going to show you the file cabinets, their numbering, and how they're basically organized. We've since added to it. We start all the way down on this end. It's labeled starting A1 operator 020. So it's file cabinet 20. It's the 20th file cabinet we've looked at, but it's the beginning of the operator files. This particular one was previously known as Robert Burroughs 01, but we're calling it operator 20. And it's the California operator files from the letter A through C. So we have Alameda, Azusa, B, and C. So that's A120. A121 is more. It goes from Consolidated down to Greyhound. And as you can imagine, Greyhound continues to the next operator 022. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers of Greyhound stuff in operator 22. Where this one's not strictly California because the Greyhound stuff's all mixed together. Operator 023 is a couple drawers of Key System, and then it goes down through LA Metro. All alphabetical. California Operators 24 is some more LA MTA, San Francisco Muni, Napa, all the way down to Peerless. California Operators 25 goes from Peninsula down to Samtrans. And they're all pretty well labeled. Operators 26, Santa Clara down to essentially Z. I don't know if the last one is Yuba or if there's more. Okay, so those are all California operators in alphabetical order. The next one is labeled Miscellaneous and Other States, Operator Cabinet 27. The first drawer happens to be true miscellaneous, and it's a lot of Robert Burroughs artifacts. But then we go into operators in other states. First, we just have a whole set of drawers for Nevada, because Robert Burroughs was local to California, Nevada, and he got a lot of Nevada, A through M, M to Z, and finally, the bottom drawer starts other states just in alphabetical order by state names. And that continues to operator 28, which is other states, Delaware to Maryland, all the way down to Wyoming. And I think that actually goes to Z. So we had California operators, other state operators, and then the last cabinet here is builders and manufacturers. So A1, and now the label is build, B-U-I-L. Well, build. So builder 29, because the last file cabinet was 28. But this is the builder collection. Manufacturer files, alphabetical A through Z. So this would have files for, General Motors, Twin, and all the different builder companies, Crown, etc. So that's builder files. The very last cabinet here is actually our PBM cabinet. So it's cabinet PBM 030. It's our current fleet buses, our history and past fleet buses, and then there's some other stuff, multi-topic stuff, other museums, etc. And the bottom drawer is a miscellaneous drawer of accessories and equipment for buses. So that's the order of cabinets 20 through 30.
Also going to show Google Drive, which I have sitting here on the left, which not many people know what it is. It's our cloud storage of digital documents. In this case, I'm going to show you how to find this Pickwick document. And the numbering is the key. We have a bunch of Google shared drives, and the only one we care about for this exercise is called Archives and Collections. Inside of Archives and Collections, we have something called physical locations. I'm actually going to open it up so we can see the whole thing. This physical locations has the same numbering scheme. So we're looking for A1 operator 25. Well, here's A1, here's operator files. This is a representation of the file cabinet, or the file cabinets. So it's the operator section. And within it, we're looking for 25. And within that, we're looking for the folder called Pickwick. So we can see where to find it digitally, and this numbering system that is being used for physical places in the room is also being used for the digital organization of it. So if we can find it in the room, we should also be able to find the digital equivalent of it. And we can use the catalog search to find what we're looking for.
All right, earlier I showed you on the computer, I did a lookup for Pickwick. And we determined that Pickwick had some files in the operator section and the builder section, because Pickwick was one of the few that was both. We know the operator was A1 operator file cabinet 25 drawer 1, and we know the builder stuff is in A1 builder file cabinet 29 drawer 3. So let's go see if that's true. We don't want to go to the crown area. We want to go to the operator area. And I'm looking for operator file cabinet 25, 26, 25. And I want to go into drawer 1 and see if I find a folder called Pickwick. Peninsula, Petaluma, Peoples, Pettas, Peterson, Pickwick. And so here is our Pickwick file for them as an operator. So that truly exists in cabinet A1 operator 25 drawer 1. So what about the builder file? Do we think that exists? That's over in cabinet 29. So I said cabinet 29 was the only place that we have builder files, and it's in the third drawer. So I'm going to get on my hands and knees here. We're going down. So cabinet 29 down to drawer 3, which is labeled, the label's changed a few times, I through P. Let's see if it's in there. Okay, N, M, N, O, open road, Orion. Well, this drawer ends with Orion. Okay, so the label isn't perfect. It looks like it's scrolled down to the next drawer, which happens sometimes when we move things. Okay, we're at the beginning. This one's labeled P through Z. So yeah, this one got rearranged a little. Panhard, Pickwick. Okay, it's the second one in here. And there's the Pickwick files as a builder. So that's it. That's our showing you that we can get from our computer catalog to actual physical files in our archives.